Welcome to Canberra
Metalheads.
Season 1.
The Archives. Alright, let's kick it.
We have an interview with the notorious Inhuman Remnants here in the studio. So sit back, relax, and listen to Ben and I talk to JJ and Nathan from Inhuman Remnants.
It's such a big treat to have guys like this come into our studio. They're just some brutal dudes from a brutal band.
So, glad you could join us today. Ben, are you excited to have Inhuman Remnants in?
Definitely, man. Definitely. I couldn't be more excited. I'm that excited. I can't talk at the moment.
You're excited. So I'm excited.
I'm like a kid at a candy store.
Brilliant.
Death metal store.
Oh, yeah.
That's better.
Yeah. This one time at Grind Camp.
Another landmark edition of the show today because it's the first time we've had Inhuman Remnants here on Canberra Metalheads. So it's good to have you in the show, guys.
Yeah, good
Thanks,
to be
man.
here, dude.
Alrighty, so got a couple questions just to introduce you guys to the listeners, and hopefully they'll get to know you guys on a personal level and not just the amazing music you guys produce.
Oh, thanks, man.
Oh,
I really appreciate that.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Yeah, they can always message us on Facebook. We're always happy to have a chat through the band page as well, you know.
Sweet.
Always down for a yarn.
That's good. I think it'd be like a good place to get advice, I think. If I needed to make a decision on a favourite album, I'd definitely hit you guys up.
Alrighty. I'll ask the first question. So just a generic, nice question we'll start off with. So how did all you guys meet? Obviously the other guys aren't here to put in their take, but how did, you guys meet the band and each other?
I've been playing in Canberra for like 10 years with Punishment and Unholy Vendetta and... well, mainly Punishment, and then you came down from what?
I moved down from Queensland and saw Unholy Vendetta and Punishment play at the same show, and I was like, oh, I like these dudes. Then I kind of just stalked them for a year until they let me join Unholy Vendetta. Just followed them around to like every show. Yeah, really good, man. Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, do you want a vocalist? Yeah.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
That's the best way to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, after he stalked us for a while, I let him move in, and we started our own
What's your
grind
stalking
project.
skills? I need to know this.
Persistence is key, man.
Yeah,
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
yeah. So basically, we moved in and started recording the first Inhuman Remnants EP.
Nice.
I'd been friends with Dave for a long time, and he was the only person that could do what we wanted to do.
Yeah.
Highly renowned throughout the area, as Dave is. We were lucky to get him on board, and so we played for a little while. We had a different drummer than for a little bit.
And then he moved back to Sydney. So then Dave had a friend called AG. He's like, oh man, my friend's a really good drummer. And we're like, oh, bring him around.
Yeah, sweet.
We'll find out.
Yes.
Well, if he really is as good as you say. And he was. So worked out nicely.
That's perfect.
Just turned out that he
a
could
bonus.
blast beat like a machine.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
He was.
In case you didn't quite hear that intro track.
Yeah. Exactly.
yeah, it's pretty funny to find someone that plays, flatfoot, that can do that speed.
Yeah, I seen a last show actually, not the one that you guys played over the weekend, the one before that. He was playing flatfoot, and I was like, that's pretty intense. Like,
Yeah. A lot of people that go that speed are like swivel
Yeah.
technique.
Yeah.
But yeah, AG can pull it.
yeah.
Yeah,
Brutal.
machine calves.
Hurts to watch, man. Hurts to watch.
Yeah, I jump on his kit, man, and I try to have a bit of a blat, and because the whole pivot of the machine is different than anyone else, because you got to have it that way for flatfoot.
Yeah.
It just feels so goofy, but hey, man, works for him. If you like those kicks, that's what you got to do.
There are some brutal kicks.
I think I get calf cramps just listening
Yeah.
to it. All right, so I'll lead into our next question. So,
Oh, we didn't give you the Tommy story, bro.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
Still
Yeah.
forgetting the lead guitarist,
Pretty
man.
mature there,
How,
Mark.
how do you
Sorry,
get
guys, I jumped
Yeah.
the gun on
Oh,
that.
sorry, man.
Definitely need to cover every member of the band.
Oh, sorry, dude. Yeah.
need those fiddly whittlies, man.
Yeah. Well, we had Nick from Unholy Vendetta be the lead guitarist for a while. He's on the 2 first EPs.
Yep.
He left due to family commitments, and we took on Rick Fitzgerald.
We took on Glennie first.
Glennie.
He was from Inside the Exterior.
Yep.
He came on, and then he also left for family commitments
Yeah.
as well, which is, it's wonderful when you see your good
Yeah.
friends starting families and stuff. It's
Yeah, that's
it's
beautiful.
nice to see.
Yeah.
And family's got to come first.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
That's what it is.
And we were introduced to Tommy through a mutual friend. Thanks, Heath. Yeah, and Tommy's come along, and
He's on the brand new single, I.O. From Solipsis. So that's, if you want to hear what he sounds like, stay
Yeah.
tuned for the end.
yeah,
So everyone will get a chance to listen to that.
yeah.
On
You might be
Canberra
able to
Metalheads.
check out his other songs, other bands,
Hostel, and Chronoceptor.
Yep.
Yeah, no, that sounds.
We'll
really
definitely
good.
put a link to them in the.
Yeah, cheers.
Bit of metalcore and power metal, so nice variety there.
Yeah, sweet.
Awesome. Oh, that'll lead us into our second question. So, what was the first metal album you ever owned?
First one I ever owned was completely by accident, because I was a bit of a new metal kid, enjoying, Marilyn Manson and Linkin Park, as you do at 14.
Yeah.
And I thought,
Ben still does
you
that
know,
now.
yeah.
Not so much the Linkin
Nothing
Park,
wrong with
more
those
like
bands, like
Manson. I never got
Hybrid
over
Theory and
Manson.
Meteora, man. I went to the local CD shop, and their metal CDs were not a lot to choose from.
Yeah.
As is the case, so I stumbled across Damnation in a Day by Cradle of Filth, and I thought
good.
the artwork's crazy, and
Yeah.
I liked the title, and I thought, I'll give it a go, and so I bought that, got it home, and then Danny Filth Highs from Linkin Park, and I didn't listen to it for like 6 months because I just didn't understand what was going on,
Yeah.
and then I gave it a few more spins, and it's been nice ever since, man.
Yeah, sweet.
What about you, Jay?
Well, I was brought up to be a metalhead. Like, my mum's a metalhead and my dad's a punker. So I kind of grew up. So first album I owned. Well, I don't know. I reckon my mum gave me, Metallica and Slayer and
Yeah,
Pantera and heaps of older school thrash bands. I don't know, man. Heaps. But personally purchased, probably Deicide, something like that. Because I bought it with my pocket money and I was 12.
Yeah, that's when pocket money meant a lot.
Yeah,
more, right?
dude. Ordered it in. Took 12 months to come in.
Yep.
That's intense.
It took 3 years to save the money. That's pretty much me now as an adult.
Yeah.
I haven't paid rent in about 5 weeks, so I've just been buying metal merch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so much easier to get metal stuff these days than it was, 15, 20 years ago.
We were talking earlier in our other recording of how basically I pay rent just to house my merch.
So, might as well just live in a storage king box, man.
Yeah. I'm into collectibles.
Yeah.
Oh, I used to have like a massive room filled with collectibles, and it was a sad day when I had to sell them for space, but
Yeah.
they're definitely worth having if you want to make a quick buck though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's. I like to see it as an investment as opposed to, something to take up
why
room
buy shares when you can listen to it and use it the whole
exactly.
time?
Yeah, exactly.
and play it or look at it.
Indeed, man.
So who are your main influences in music and why?
Oh, main influences, personally or as a band as a whole, like.
We'll go personally and then as a band.
Yeah, because like.
Ananafrak.
I know on the track.
Ananafrak.
Can't, personal and band wise, you can't go past another
So
track.
that was
like,
the Wiggles, right?
Yeah. No, cockroaches, man, gotta go. So another track definitely on a personal level. The earlier Deicide was really big for me.
Yeah.
And also, you know, a lot of like new metal, like Marilyn Manson, OTEP,
Yeah.
that kind of
still a new metal kid at
nonsense.
heart myself.
But you know, nowadays it's definitely a lot more black metal, like
Yeah.
Limbonica and all the old school stuff like that. I'm big fan of.
Yep.
But that's you know, I listen to pretty much every subgenre.
Yeah.
A lot of slam, a lot of BDM, but
Yeah.
I'm not much
always
on.
been big black metal, big grind,
Yeah.
big death metal fans, tech
Yeah.
death. I don't know if you. I really got into Origin and you know, the pinnacle of death metal, Origin.
Yeah.
If you ever want to feel shame at your own skills, listen to Origin.
Yeah. Infinite Annihilator's new album, that was pretty impressive. You know, Rings of Saturn,
Rings us out.
Yeah, you know,
Man.
Planetary Duality.
Planetary Duality by
Yeah.
the Faceless. Mates in Entrails Eradicated in WA. They're pretty nuts. That's pretty influential. Just anything that kind of pushes the boundaries, man. Like Wormed. Also being big horror movie fans.
Yeah.
Big kind of sci-fi buffs.
Yeah.
You know, anything Marvel, anything DC.
Just anything but kickingly awesome.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
you know, anything that's kind of nerdy and niche.
Yeah. That's what I love about this scene. We're all just nerds with long hair and
Yeah.
big things.
Well, you know, I was reading an article the other day, and the thesis of the whole thing was just, you know, metalheads are just nerds who got angry. That's
pretty
all it was. You know,
You called us nerds too much.
That's right, and they got angry. And that's but it's incredibly applicable. Like, you know, you go out and you talk to. I mean, there's a few non-nerd metalheads, but most of them,
Yeah.
man, they're absolute nerds.
Yeah.
Which is nice because, you know, it always gives you a starting point and something to talk about, and it's a nice camaraderie within the scene that. You know, it doesn't really get talked about a lot of
Yep.
you know, metalheads. They only talk about metal and stuff.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you know, if you engage them personally, then you find out,
We're
they're
actually nice people
just a
if you
nerd,
come
yeah.
and talk to us.
Yeah.
We may look scary, but we're just big cuddly bears.
Just compliment them on their lack of hair and their nice neck beard, and you know, you get along fine.
That's how I got Ben on the show. Moving on to some questions now, so you guys can understand the people behind the band. What was your most memorable gig and why that you've ever played?
Ever played?
Ever played? For me, definitely Bundaberg was for me the most memorable. We've never quite done a show ever like Bundaberg. It was absolute great time. Love to go back there for Metal United Down Under in 2014. I think 2014. Yeah, I think it was pretty sure it was 2014 we did it. So, you know, it's you know, wonderful town. Drove a couple of hours up past Brisbane to go there, you know, and, you know, the toilet was a giant trough leading down a hill, which was just magical. You know, just had a good vibe to it, and, you know,
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Real couple of party bands like Lagerstein, and yeah, it was a
cool
just
festival.
a good night.
That's
It was a
yeah.
cool festival. I don't really like to say that I have a favorite show because I don't really like live shows when we play because I hate myself. So more favorite bands that I've got to play with. Aborted. Who else did we play with? Psychroptic.
Born of Osiris was
Born of
Osiris.
Fantastic. Vela Maya.
Black Dahlia.
Black Dahlia.
We never won
nice.
Vela Maya. No.
Who was it then? Molotov Solution. Sorry,
That's it, yeah.
got it mixed up.
Yeah.
Martyr Defiled. Was great.
Black Tongue.
Oh, yeah, that was such a good show.
Dude, I didn't know who Black Tongue were.
Yeah.
We played with them. That was amazing.
Yeah, one of the best pits I've ever been in was for Black Tongue.
I don't like to crowd kill usually myself, and I don't support it. But I
That
tell
was
you
a
what,
good crowd kill
that
set.
was a pretty good show.
Yeah.
Who else? I don't know, man. Dude, we played with Cattle Decap the other month.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, like,
That's ridiculous, yeah.
how can
was
you know that? Okay, Cattle
career highlight,
Decap
really, for
support
us.
was my favorite show that we've done.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can't
But
really beat that then, can you, though? That's the
It
thing.
was right
Yeah.
in the answer was right in front of you, but you had inattentional blindness.
yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
nice one.
Yeah. Yeah, it was fantastic.
Yeah.
You know, how do you compare to seeing Travis Ryan rip your face off live? Like that's, you know, as far as bands go, it's also Casualty Cap's one of the a group favourite for us. Every time we do travel to like Sydney or somewhere like that, usually Cattle will get at least a couple of plays.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, absolute highlight opening for them.
Yeah, wicked. So where do you guys see yourself as a band going? Like, where is Inhuman Remnants going to be in the next few years?
Hopefully everywhere. That'd be nice.
Yeah, well, same.
Tour life.
Yeah, no, we've got a couple of releases in the pipeline.
Yeah.
Hopefully, you know, one next year and one maybe a year or two after that.
Yep.
That we're working on. So it'd be nice to, you know, tour Australia once or twice, maybe go overseas.
Yeah.
Definitely plans to start doing things like that, but all about, you know, lining up opportunities and getting the timing right.
Yep.
Because we've had opportunities to go overseas before, but you know, timing and money and all the rest just
Money.
hasn't quite lined
money.
up for us.
Yeah.
Money, yeah, definitely. That's, you know, the almighty dollar.
Yeah.
Everyone always gets the same amount of time in their life. The only difference is
Money.
we don't all get the same amount of money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, you know, we're just promoting our new single at the moment. We wanted to release something. We haven't released something since 2014.
Yeah.
So we needed something out straight away. We went for a few guitars. So we've got 2, maybe 3 albums worth of material
that's brilliant.
that we're sitting on. We've been recording the whole time.
Yeah.
We should have something out at the end of this year.
That's
Hopefully.
perfect.
At least.
Yeah.
And then something mid to late next year. I love recording at the
Yeah.
studio at my house.
Yeah.
We record there.
Yeah.
We do like to tour, but we have a lot of like
You know, family commitments.
Yeah, of
commitments
course.
and work
Mortgages
commitments,
and
mortgages,
money,
you know, same
multiple
old
shift
bat.
workers,
And
so- And we're not
grind
20
doesn't pay.
anymore.
But, you know, we try and do our best and push through and make it worth it for
Yeah,
us.
Yeah, death metal's a bit very niche, you know, niche market these days. You know, everyone, you know, loves their core and loves their slam.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's death metal's kind of fallen a bit behind in popularity in the last, you know, 5,
Which is a shame
10
because
years.
it's just so brutal and so good.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely still bands, you
Yeah.
know, killing it with death metal, but you're just not seeing the sort of popularity that once
greater
was.
acceptance.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
It's all
Anyway.
it's all fractured into the niches now. So if you're not
Yeah.
if you're not in the niche, you're not there. You know.
I think Inhuman Remnants has a solid core following of fans, and it'd be awesome to see that build even more over the next few years. And I definitely think that you guys will do that with some new albums and stuff dropping, because you know, the samples that everyone's heard online is definitely a good preference of all that and things to come.
Yeah,
Thanks, man.
We've had
Thanks.
some fans. We released the lyric video to II Solipsis just over a week ago, and response has
Phenomenal
been
support,
yeah.
man.
Make sure you check it out on Facebook as well, on their
Yeah.
Facebook page.
Facebook. It's on YouTube. It'll be up on
Slam Worldwide.
Slam, out through Slam Worldwide, who are, you know, fantastic people doing heaps to. I mean, they started off as a Slam channel, but they're doing heaps just now for general like death metal
Yeah,
in the
wicked.
scene, which is really nice to see.
Tremendous. So yeah, that's a perfect segue into our next question. You guys have any upcoming gigs that you'd like to promote?
Yeah, well, we have our single launch at Heathen Fest in Maria on June 2nd.
Yep.
We are looking towards booking a lot more shows, but we always play Heathen Fest. It's kind of an annual thing for us now. And
we like to get down there. It's a fantastic time, and
yeah,
it's brilliant.
Maria is
Yeah.
really receptive to us.
Yeah.
We love getting down there. That's my hometown.
So, fantastic crowds down there every time. Like always.
The South Coast,
so
they do well
enthusiastic,
with stuff
And the
like
cool
that.
thing about playing towns like that is people don't really have much to do. And
Yeah.
then when there actually is something that's on, that's
Yep.
there, they just go all out and there's nothing better than seeing everyone going all out at a show. It makes it worthwhile for us, man.
They make a really good effort to get there, and just to see you guys play, like they do so well.
Man,
it's definitely like getting bigger every year too. I mean, this year you got Autopsy headlining, like that's
massive, dude. That's massive.
It's massive.
And they're such a good band too. Like Autopsy, they go like if they were just in a room by themselves, they'd still be going hard. But crazy good band and
plus that venue's pretty rad,
nice
dude.
The waterfront,
on the waterfront.
Really good.
Perfectly heathen themed venue.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, you got the water right next to the venue. You can watch
fire pits.
You can watch the gig from inside and still have perfect experience.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a hedonist. I really dig it, mate. I dig it. Just party and just everyone's chill and having a good time.
Yeah, it's a very relaxed gig. So that's Heathen Fest on the 2nd of June at Maria Waterfront.
If you haven't got your tickets, make sure you get them.
And if you need to organise accommodation, make sure you do that soon, because from what I see, most of the in-house accommodation has been sold out. So you need to make your plans quickly if you want to jump on that.
I heard there was a park across the road. Is that true?
There is the River Breeze Park.
Yeah.
So you can hit those guys up and see if they've got any accommodation available. But from what I understand, the Maria Waterfront hotel rooms are booked out completely. Yeah. So it's going to be a good gig.
Party time!
I, for one, am glad that I got a room there.
Me too.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Okay, no, that's really good. It's been awesome having you guys on the
thanks,
show.
guys.
And I don't think we could have kicked this off with a better interview.
No, definitely not.
Everybody like Inhuman Remnants on all their social media pages and check them out. Also, make sure that you give a listen to their new album, guys. So we happen to score a copy in the station, which you guys can hear in just a few seconds. Jay and Nathan, have you got any other words to say about the new album? How was the experience of recording and releasing it?
Oh, it's a
bit of a brutal question to ask.
That was loaded.
This was a very, very interesting one to record. It's the first one with our new lead guitarist, and it's more of a mini EP single. So it's more of just like one long song that we've split into three, just so that we could release the middle half of the song, which is the real absolute banger part, which is the single with the lyric video. And it was really good. We worked with a chap over in Russia called Sasha, who just did a huge job with the mix, and that was fantastic working with him to get that done. I really enjoyed it. It was a bit worrying whilst we were recording it. We were like, oh, some bits are okay, some bits are not. But then as it came to completion, it just really came together very nicely, and I was
Tommy's very power influenced.
Yeah,
and I was a bit afraid, just to be honest, that it was going to be a little bit
happy.
Like power metal. Yeah, power metal is in a nicer key, and I really wanted to keep that horror vibe for all our classic fans.
That's one of the reasons why I love you guys. It's just the spookiness to it.
That overall atmosphere that we try to bring into the death metal. You know, a lot of black metal. We're influenced a lot by black metal, and we want to bring in that atmosphere, that fear, that kind of horror movie vibe.
Yeah.
That kind of, that is what death metal is.
Yeah.
But,
breaks away from riff salad.
We're still talking about classic themes. The theme of the album's single is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Look it up on Wiki and have a look at the lyric video. You'll
you guys would definitely love it. I was blown away when I first heard it.
Thanks, man.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Your music blows me away.
Glad you enjoyed it.
I did. I sat there
it means a lot. We always love hearing feedback.
As soon as I see Tommy play that solo in that thing, I was just like, cool, man, you're right. I'm stepping back. You got the job, dude. That's you bring it, and it's next level for us anyway. Hopefully we can bring some more.
I definitely think he will. He's such a brutal band.
Brilliant. Without further ado, this is Inhuman Remnants' new EP.
Solipsis.
Available
June 1st for pre-order now. For physical pre-order on our Bandcamp, so just inhumanremnants.bandcamp.com. So you can pre-order that. It'll be out physically and on all online places like Spotify and all the rest.
Yep.
On June 1st as well. So
We're only doing a limited run.
yeah, 100 CDs only physical. So
Make sure you get in there. I
nice
know I
and,
will.
Nice and
Yeah.
niche. Yeah.
Yeah, try to keep the low copies down.
Yeah.
It gives people something that they...
Yeah.
It's worth something a little bit more.
Yeah.
We wanted to release more songs, but we've got something big planned, so I'm sure people won't regret it.
Yeah.
The packaging and stuff is going to be great. They're going to love it. I hope people love it, because
I'm sure they will.
I like it, man. I take pride in what we bring out, and hopefully we brought it again, and people will just love the track, man.
No, he's
This way you got a physical distro of it. We weren't actually going to
Do a physical
release
copy.
a physical, but a lot of our friends were like, "Oh, we want it."
Yeah.
The pre-orders spoke for itself, man. We've nearly sold out of
Wow.
it anyway. You probably can't get it, so don't.
That's only been a week.
Yeah, don't be disappointed because you didn't pre-order
Yeah,
it.
So
But-
if you don't pre-order it, make sure you come down to Heathen Fest to see it
Yeah,
live.
dude, come down to Heathen Fest. It's a good show.
Okay, so that was Inhuman Remnants here on Canberra Metalheads. You've been listening to Mark and Ben, and with special guests JJ and Nathan talking about their new EP, Solipsis.
Bianca, bam!